Greetings friends on the Cryptosphere channel, and I start my video by wishing everyone a happy 2025. Happy New Year. And of course I would like to wish us all that our dreams come true more often, and no insurmountable force interfered with our plans. Let's move on to the markets and find out what has been happening on them lately. I think there is no sense in reviewing the past New Year's days. This is already a matter of bygone days, so by tradition, all the latest new and interesting from the markets, and not only from the cryptocurrency markets, but as long as you see the heat card in 24 hours, basically the sentiment is green, looking specifically at Bitcoin yesterday. But it is again did not reach literally a little bit and was in the distance of 1% to the cherished mark of $100,000. But however, $100,000 is a good figure for resistance, and so far the bears have defended it. The day before yesterday they were helped by statistics, at least from the same Bitcoin ETF, where we saw a record outflow from BlackRock. But today, the numbers are completely different, and of course I will talk about them later. The situation in the traditional market, where the start of the year was kind of not quite good, where the heat map mostly showed red tones. But today the situation has changed here as well, and so far we see that Friday both the cryptocurrency and the traditional market were moving in same wave. But in fact, if we take a longer period, things are more complicated. I think, during the New Year holidays many people have heard the slapstick about Hello Santa Claus beard made of cotton candy and something about gifts and Santa's personality. In principle, traders can mention Santa Claus in some words, because he still managed to make a certain gift by sending stock investors to the holidays, and his so-called Santa Claus rally this year ended with a drop of 0.5%, although, probably, those who invested in crude oil were satisfied. But further we will pay attention to Bitcoin, but again about it a little later. The S&P 500 has been falling for 3 out of the last 4 weeks, but after a 5-day losing streak, it ended the day higher today. However, if you take a weekly time frame and look at the indices, only small capitals ended the week in the green. By the way, the S&P 500 index closed with a decline at the beginning of the year. 4 of the last 6 years, the Biden administration continues to give certain gifts to certain industries. Somehow this idea did not occur to him early in his term, and stocks of alcoholic beverage producers have been bearishly attacked after the chief Biden's health care provider said he wants to put a cancer risk warning on bottles that are made in the U.S. or enter the U.S. Well, what the Biden administration has been doing all term, we know it is at least extinguishing the cryptocurrency market, and here is the document in front of you. I've talked in a past video about the Deposit Insurance Commission submitting shaded documents to the court that related to cryptocurrencies, where the judge was shocked at the time and said, "You've got a nerve. Give us a convenient document and justify specifically for the judge why you shaded this or that." And in the end they did present this document, where it was specifically stated that the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation strongly recommended banks to suspend or avoid not only services related to cryptocurrency in general, but also simple Bitcoin applications. That is, the courts later say that products containing Bitcoin have the right to be traded on major such as Nasdaq. Here we also saw this operation, but this is the start of the Checkpoint 2.0 operation. You see the document is dated March 2022, and it went from there. We'll get tired of twiddling our thumbs over how many nasty things Gensler, Warren and the corrupt media have done, who have been harassing the cryptocurrency industry with anti-cryptocurrency articles, undermining its foundations, or attempting to undermine them, just to name a few. A story on Hamas and cryptocurrencies welcomed the Wall Street Journal. What is this media? Well, here's the media that favored Harris over Trump. Here's an immediate conclusion about their venality and a one-way view. But that was a commentary on yesterday's trading day, and we'll continue our review of the markets and move on to the shorts. And yesterday the short positions came under the most pressure since the beginning of the year. Mega capitalization stocks are up today, after 5 straight days of declines. The biggest gains this week were energy sector stocks, While the materials consumer staples sector showed the biggest declines on the week, the dollar rose for the 5th week in a row and 13th week out of 14, closing at the highest level against fiat currencies that have been in the dollar index basket since November 2022. Subscribe to Deeple Pro to edit this document. Visit Deeple Pro for more information. And now we are moving on from the Santa Claus rally and Bitcoin. And look, it has been the best week for Bitcoin since the holiday. Thanksgiving, the largest cryptocurrency, is back up to just under 130. In the traditional market, which works with weekends, there are their own Santa Claus rally calculations. But the Bitcoin market may have its own laws, and here if you take a few days before the new year and wrap it up today, you can say that all's well that ends well. Although to be fair, we should take the generally accepted Santa Claus rally as an account. On the other hand, Bitcoin for these days, it turns out to have taken almost twice as much time, because it works without weekends. In any case, it was a productive week for Bitcoin. Of course, it is a pity that without any historical highs and the $100,000 mark. Next we turn to gold. Although it ignored the strengthening dollar and rose to its best weekly performance since Thanksgiving, it still showed weakness today, unlike Bitcoin. But we are taking the week in gold as an asset. I already said crude oil, and here's what the technicians are saying. It is up for the 5th day in a row, and the price broke out of its recent range and exceeded technical levels again, reaching its highest level in almost 3 months. Again, analysts are hinting that oil prices could rise sharply when Trump takes office. However, this is a bit out of sync with the situation when Trump promised to make oil $40. Well, and of course we can note the data on crypto ETFs. So, BlackRock added about $280 million to its basket, and we can see that the inflow amounted to $900 million, and it contrasts well with the outflow, which was yesterday. And yesterday, BlackRock clients were withdrawing just fine, and the outflow was the most serious ever, $332 million. But if we judge by the first 2 days, plus $400 million in 2025 began for the rest. So far we have finished this first week, but still for the health. As for the Ethereum ETH, there is here, the first trading day, a clear minus, but here today we see a little bit of a plus 60 million, but it did not cap yesterday's day, so Ethereum started this week in ETHs much worse than the main cryptocurrency. Next is a little blitz about cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency news. I've highlighted 3. The first one is definitely framework news, where we see that Trump-backed Republican Congressman Michael Johnson received enough votes to be re-elected as Speaker of the House. He's crypto-friendly. He voted for the Financial Innovation and Technology Act of the 21st century, is also against central bank digital currency. They have some misunderstandings with Trump lately, but as far as I know they have resolved them. Again, though, we'll keep an eye on the situation as it develops. The second point is the FX exchange, and they have already announced officially on January 3rd the FX debt holders will get paid. Unfortunately, not all countries, because of this geopolitical situation, however sad it may sound, but $16 billion will find new or old owners. Someone, of course, will say mama your casino and leave the cryptocurrency market altogether, but some will gladly re-enter it. Well, in general, analysts estimate this step as very good for cryptocurrencies. That is, $16 billion can increase the liquidity of the cryptocurrency market. And of course, where without Saylor in early 2025, he again announced that they will raise another $2 billion through a perpetual preferred stock offering to buy more the amount of bitcoins, in a move that will expand the company's 21 plan, and we can see that Saylor is definitely not trying to stop here, competing with BlackRock. But it is true that BlackRock holds a lot of hedge funds and so on. Here it is mostly a MicroStrategy, but basically now this company has become also into a kind of ETH, with its own emerging market principles, called Bitcoin strategy, which several companies have started to follow. I think there will be more and more such companies in some period of time, unless a bear market comes, but we simply do not see comparable MicroStrategies. And of course, friends, I recommend subscribing to my channel. Get in the mood business by commenting on this video, and do not forget to like it. Subscribe if for some reason you are not yet subscribed. Click on the bell to not miss new videos because further will be even more interesting. Bye bye.